Hey guys, it's Magaz here. As a very active player with a massive love for urban and CQB gameplay, every year I end up visiting a wide range of sites all across the country. Well, mainly the north, because I'm from the north and my teammates just really don't like driving very far because lightweights. Anyway, that aside, the end of 2017 is fast approaching, which means it's time for one of my favourite videos of the year. That's right, it's time to rank the top 5 sites I have visited so far in 2017, along with, as is tradition, an honourable mention. To be eligible for the top 5, I must have visited the site at least once in the past 12 months, and it cannot have been featured in last year's top 5, which will be in the end cards if you want to see that one. Anyway, let's kick things off with number 5, The Stan, Skirmish Airsoft. We first took a trip to the Stan last year, and by rights it should have made the top sites of 2016, but in my excitement and rush to make that list, I completely forgot all about it. So here it is, a year late but definitely not a dollar short. Skirmish the Stan has made the top 5 CQB and urban sites of 2017. The Stan takes its name from its location, the former Stanley Tools factory in Sheffield. It's one of the North's most prestigious urban and CQB sites. We made our second trip over to the site in August and had a fantastic day of hard-fought games over the many levels and areas the site has to offer. Gameplay snakes its way around all levels of the factory floors, through to the cleaner and brighter office complex, and back around to the factory. There are mazes, tire stacks and barricades everywhere to keep gameplay flowing, and the site is cleverly laid out to try and prevent bottlenecks. The action often gets up close and personal, which is exactly what you want from a CQB site. And also, if you're called Shorty, they do have little granny chairs that you can push around. Shorty really likes chairs.
Doing with his fucking granny chair.
He's loving that chair, isn't he?
Sure, you can't keep that chair, you know. Alright, now Shorty, leave the chairs.
Anyway, the Stan is run by the same folks who run the Skirmish Budby Woodland site and Wentworth CQB. So you are definitely in good hands when you visit. Just like Wentworth CQB, this site is definitely on the CBMPC 2018 hit list.
Shorty, watch your legs, I'm going to run past you. Move in. Right, I've got that observation window, I've got it.
In 4th place, SWAT KULA. KULA is the most recent, at the time of writing, of course, CQB site from the team at SWAT. Situated in Knowsley, just north of Liverpool, KULA features 8 floors of very close quarters airsoft action. Each floor has a different theme, including Westworld, which, as you might guess, has a Wild West theme, and another with a life-size replica of the Pac-Man maze, which is dark, very intimate, and has a cameo from a certain yellow friend. Each of these floors are accessible through 2 stairwells. The games are often run over multiple floors, with the action getting very close, sometimes including tense firefights on stairways and in dark corridors. If you don't enjoy very, very close gameplay, then this site might not be for you. However, if you enjoy getting up to your nuts and CQB guts, then you'll love KULA. As with all the previous urban sites from SWAT, the site is staffed by a team of passionate and knowledgeable marshals who love the sport and are amazingly friendly. Good bunch of blokes. And blokettes. Anyway, the safe zone on the ground floor features custom built tables with gun racks and enough seating for everyone, including a nice mellow chilled out seating area. There is also a covered firing range and a separate chrono station. Everything you could need out of a safe zone is right at your fingertips. We've been SWAT regulars since around 2006 and have played every site they've run since our first trip over to Park Gate. And we look forward to what the next urban adventure SWAT has to offer when they open the doors at the new site, Black Site, which I'm sure will be a potential contender for the 2018 top 5 list. In number 3, we have KULA, or Sukula, or however you want to say it. The first time I heard of KULA in Oldham was one of the Facebook page groups, and someone was talking about the mandatory blind firing game and the firing of exploding RPGs inside a building and tearing around in a car with LMGs firing from the windows. My immediate thoughts were, This place has to be a health and safety nightmare. So we kind of avoided going there for a while. That is until several people kept on recommending it. Myself and Shorty took a trip over there in August and were immediately blown away by the professionalism of the staff and the intricacies of the site, and actually how much safer it was in person. Situated in a 2-story warehouse in the middle of a scrapyard, SOU KULA features very close quarter action with a lot of quirkiness. From what I have been told, the site evolves with every game, so if someone spots an area that is causing way too many bottlenecks, that area will be reworked to prevent the gameplay from going stale. New murder holes will appear in walls, barricades will appear in new places, and one of my favourite little touches are the destroyable door barriers. They're designed to look like someone has nailed like wood lats over a doorway to stop zombies getting in. In reality, they are lightweight pieces of wood attached to the door with Velcro. So you can just charge right through them and they just right off the wall. Brilliant idea. The 2 floors are very contrasting. The top being a well-lit maze of steel barricades, murder holes, and raised shooting platforms. And the ground floor is dark, claustrophobic, and filled with large plastic wrapped bales, forming a tightly wound maze, making for very disorienting gameplay. Outside are several skips, truck trailers, and scrap vehicles which are used as cover. In some games, roving vehicles patrol the outskirts, picking up players and running drive-bys on the upper floor windows. If you like quirky, fast-paced gameplay with a hint of comedy thrown in for good measure, SOU KULA is definitely a site to try out. We will, without a doubt, be back there in 2018 to sling some plastic and cause some mayhem. At number 2, Wentworth CQB. Wentworth CQB is a small mixed urban and CQB site located in the grounds of the Wentworth Woodhouse in Rotherham, which is one of the largest privately owned stately homes in the country. Now, I know what you're thinking. No way is this site inside that epic manor house. Well, you're right. You're correct there, it isn't. The site is located in a field to the northwest of the house, in what I believe was previously accommodation for students who were studying inside the manor house at a time when it was leased to a local college. The site itself is very quirky, being quite small. It is ideal for 10 to 15 players a side, and features 5 2-story buildings surrounding a central courtyard and a pair of much smaller buildings, which make up the safe area. The buildings in the game area, which I'm led to believe were the dorms for the students, are all pretty much identical and consist of an upper floor with dormitory-style bedrooms and a ground floor with communal areas. The corridors are very tight, and the fighting inside the buildings gets very, very close. The safe zone, just like the buildings, is very intimate and very close, and you're best off getting there as super early as you can so you can get a good spot. We ended up upstairs in what I'm assuming is a bedroom in a house, with some tables laid out and all our guns. We even met up with Carl Me from Mini Airsoft, and we shared a room with him. It was a great little room. A lot of banter going on. It was good. Anyway, we visited the site in force back in February and had one of the best days of CQB of the entire year. The site staff are the same folks who run Skirmish the Stand and Budby Woodland. A great bunch who, like I mentioned before, they're very passionate about what they do and they're incredibly friendly. Unfortunately though, due to the location of this site, it always seems to be in a state of, this might be the last one lads. So when events do come up, they're usually booked up fully straight away. If you ever get the opportunity to play there, definitely take it. We're hoping to be there again at the next game, whenever that is. So if you're heading over there, say hi. If we're there, if we're not there, probably don't say hi, Magaz, because you'll be talking to... Yeah, anyway, let's move on to an honourable mention. Pleasure Island. Now, Pleasure Island isn't technically an airsoft site, but it was the home for the 2017 AI 500 games, the first of which I attended on behalf of ICS alongside the guys from Action Sport Games. Located on the northeast coast at Cleethorpes, Pleasure Island was a theme park for many, many years up until its recent-ish closure. The team at Airsoft International magazine secured the venue for 2 weekend events under the prestigious AI 500 title. The site is immensely huge, and is still home to many of the original attractions that made the theme park popular in its heyday. As you can imagine, playing in and around these rides and attractions made for some incredibly fun and varied gameplay. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, there are no more airsoft events to be run at Pleasure Island, which is a real shame because it was a fantastic site with some amazing potential if roving vehicles were involved, and it was great. I'm just sad that my car broke down and I never got to make it there for the second game. Hashtag real man tears. Anyway, on to number 1. In first place, we have Camp Sparta. Camp Sparta is possibly the largest urban site in the country. To say it's big is an absolute understatement. Situated at the former RAF installation Curtin Lindsay, or Curtin in Lindsay, whichever way you want to say it, which is north of Lincoln, and for us it is a very, very long drive to get there, but it's definitely worth it. Everything about this site is epic. The safe area is split into 4 rooms, 1 for each team. The toilets are fully functioning, which is an absolute amazing bonus at any urban site. The site has electricity, so lighting is not an issue in those winter months. The safety briefings are some of the best I've seen at any site, and are held in an actual lecture hall with full seating and a projector, so everything's straightforward. Everybody's paying attention because they're sat in seats looking at a screen, and everything is straight to the point. It's nice, quick, and then you get straight back out into a game. It's fantastically run. Now, the game area covers 31 acres and features at least 20 enterable buildings, some covering multiple floors with stairs on the outside so you can get up to like little shooty points to fire over buildings, and balconies that you can fire off. It's fantastic. There are so many doors and little sneaky areas you can get in. Like I've said, this site is immensely vast, and due to that vast nature of the game area, roaming vehicles patrol the roads, which can be flagged down and used as transport back to your respawn, because nobody wants to walk a 15-minute walk back to your respawn after you've just done an epic run. Or if you're still alive and you do see one of these vehicles, they can be used as roving gun trucks, which means you can flag a car down, or a truck or a van or whatever, and then you and 3 of your mates can jump in the back and just drive about the site, tearing everybody up and just being the coolest guys in the whole site. Good times. The gameplay is very fluid, and often games are run with 4 teams, which, alongside the vehicles, adds a whole new dynamic to the way the game's run. We've played at this site a number of times now, and have never had a bad day. The gameplay is fast and well thought out, and the marshals and staff, they're on point all day. Several of their team are former military, with a number of those being from a medical background. These marshals ride around the site on quad bikes with first aid and firefighting equipment to ensure everything is safe and running smoothly. Camp Sparta is without a doubt on the 2018 hit list, and it would be almost impossible not to put a site like this so high up on a top 5 list. If I didn't have such fond memories and nostalgia for Site and Camp and Dragon Valley, I could be pressed to say that this is my favourite urban site of all time. Or at least it's up there in the top 3. Definitely, without any shadow of a doubt, worth the drive. If you haven't slung plastic at Sparta, you are missing out. So there we have it. The top 5.5 urban and CQB sites in the UK, pretty much the north of the UK. I know some people complaining in the comments of last year's video that these videos are pretty much all in the north, because I'm king of the north. I like playing in the north, and my team don't like driving anywhere outside the north. So, you know, one day we will get down to Reading to check out the mall. Somebody mentioned it in the last video, and people keep telling me to go down there. It's on the 2018 list. I am determined next year to get down to the mall. So let's see the top 5 2018 list not having that in it because I missed it, because I'm an idiot and my team suck. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment down below about what sites you agree with or disagree with, or if you think there are any other sites that should make the 2018 list. I know the jail is going to happen in 2018, and there's a few other sites that I can't think of off the top of my head that I want to visit. What are those? Black Site. We're going to go to Black Site. I cannot wait for that site to open. It's going to be balls deep. So yeah, anyway, without rambling on too much, this has been the top 5 urban and CQB sites of 2017. Thanks for watching, I'm Magaz, and remember kids, the air may be soft, but our balls are hard.
Check doorways. Guys, it trees out left coming up. Check the door. One down. There's two. There's a second one, second shooter.
Pardon me, I'll cut that burp out.